Some of the best ways that parents can teach their children to be a benefit for them after their death. Number one, everybody can do this. I want you to remember it. Role modeling. Role modeling your behavior in front of your children is by far the best education and influence you will have on your child to remember. What kind of a role model are you? How do you as a father treat his mother or her mother? How will you as a mother, you treat their father? How do you treat your parents in front of your children if they have grandparents? How do you show your children about how you deal with issues in your families and relatives? What are you teaching them? Connecting or cutting off? I know that some of them are very harmful, but how do you show the role modeling in how to deal with these conflicts? Do you erupt? Do you become immoral? What do you do? How do you role model in front of your children, for example, the salat? I'll give you a little tip. If you want your children to start praying, among the first things you got to do is, as soon as salat arrives, make it a habit that you stop everything. You stop everything. Whatever you're doing, you're on your phone, you're reciting Quran, whatever you're doing, make it a habit. Doesn't matter if it's 8 out of 10 times, because sometimes you can't. Stop it in front of your children and let them see that the majority of the time you stop as soon as the salat comes and you get up and make salat. If you're a father and you go to the masjid or you pray at home, or you're a mother or you're a brother or you're a sister, it doesn't matter who you are. And I say pray prayers in the house if you've got children every now and then, and invite your children to pray with you. They will know that prayer is very important. That's one of the tactics. Another thing you can do is words of dhikr. Whenever you leave your house, enter your car, come back home, go to sleep, wake up, make sure your dhikr is said out loud if your children are still small. Say it loudly and encourage them to say it with you, such as when you get in the car. Subhanalladhi sakhara lana hadha wa ma kunna lahu, and your children continue. Muqrinin. Okay. Wa inna ila rabbina, and they say la munqalibun. Even if they say it wrong. When I first taught my little daughter, she was about 2 years old, she used to say bababli boom. But it doesn't matter. That's beautiful. As they get older, you instill that. Why don't you make dua in the morning as you're taking them to school? Say, today we're going to make dua for special people. Who do you want to choose? So and so. Let's make dua. All these beautiful things, brothers and sisters, you're teaching them role modeling. Isn't that better than road rage? Isn't that better than, far out, it's all your fault, I told you to wake up and it's because you didn't wear your clothes and your uniform on time, God, you make me sick? That's what parents do. I hear them all, they're saying that. And they say, far out, you're always shouting at me every day. They get to school and we as teachers, we come and say, what's wrong, darling? What's going on? What's happened? It's a little kid, student. You okay? It's just my parents, just had a fight with my brother and sister. Make the morning, wake up a bit earlier and make it a little bit more time for this. Teaching them to say Bismillah before they eat. Everybody does that. If they continue to do that and teach their children, that's an ongoing legacy for you. Being involved in their interests and their activities. Ask, what are their activities? Don't put it down. Don't say, why are you wasting your time reading a fantasy book about a dragon that flies to planet Zorro? Sit down with her. Sit down with him. Say, let's read it together and let's see what we're learning over here. Why don't you become a teacher? You see a little daughter or your little son looking on something to watch, cartoon thing, sit with them and say, what's happening over here? And be a teacher for them as they watch it. It works. And you can guide them, inshallah. So be involved in their interests and watch how much connection you will have with them. So take that advantage to teach them morals, ethics, and so on. Righteous company. Take them with you to the mosque every now and then. Of course, if you know that they're going to run amok in the masjid and you know your child's like that, maybe bring them in times when you know there's going to be less harm. And as they get older, inshallah, bring them to the masjid. fathers, mothers, boys and girls. Even if it's outside of salat. The idea is to bring them and let them see the environment and the people and what their identity and community is. Try to visit people who have good character. Make some friends who you visit every now and then and take your children with them. Even if they don't want to go, try. It's really good. I remember when I was a child, I had righteous people come to our house. You know, I got used to the hijab from a very young age. I got used to men with beards all the time and different clothings and Quran and always talking. I learned so much.